Stephen Graves will, of course, have those stories in a moment. But first, we're going to get to that weekend weather forecast here on a Sunday morning. Now you're turning to a live look out of Norfolk. You see the sun's coming up there. It's cool, but it's not as cool as it's been this morning. Let's check in with Aisha Scott to find out what the rest of the day will be like. And Aisha, like we said before, there was no frost on our cars this morning.
No frost, so you don't have to worry about at least defrosting the cars this morning, which is some good news. But you'll still need to sit and warm the car up just a little bit. Temperatures are still in the 30s across the area, but not quite as cold as it has been previous mornings. So here's a look at temperatures. Norfolk actually sitting in the upper 40s. You were at 51, say about 20 minutes or so ago. With that wind on the water, locations at the immediate coast are a lot milder. As you head farther inland, we're at 32 in Emporia, 33 in Franklin right now, 39 in Surrey. Wakefield at 33 as well. Good morning in Elizabeth City. You're at 40 degrees right now. Also Portsmouth checking at 40 and 42 in Edenton. So again, not quite as cold this morning as it has been, but you'll still need the jackets as you head out this morning. Satellite and radar showing dry conditions, not tracking anything, barely tracking a cloud in the sky. And because of that, we're going to see a lot of sunshine today. So temperatures climbing into the low 50s by mid-morning, mid-50s by the afternoon, under plenty of sunshine. And then later on this evening, if you do have any evening plans, we'll drop back into the mid-40s by 6 o'clock and low 40s by 8. Another cool night tonight, and then the warming trend starts Monday. We'll talk about just how warm those temperatures will get coming up in just a few minutes. Stephen?
Aisha, new this morning, major changes are coming to Virginia's 3 strikes rule, and that could mean hundreds of inmates will get out of jail earlier than expected. According to our partners at the Virginian Pilot, the state parole board is changing how it interprets the law. The 3 strikes rule mandates longer sentences for people with 3 offenses of murder, rape, or robbery. Many have argued the robbery clause puts some non-violent offenders behind bars longer than murders. The new rules say robberies will only be counted if the inmate was convicted of a weapons possession charge. Inmates who committed robberies in a single spree or have never been to prison before will also be up for parole. The new guidelines could see more than 200 inmates released. Now turning to the Navy aircraft crash in the South Pacific. We now know the identities of the 3 missing sailors lost after their C-2A Greyhound transport aircraft went down in the Philippine Sea southeast of Okinawa. The Navy says the sailors are Lieutenant Stephen Combs, Aviation Boatswain's Mate Airman Matthew Chialastri, and Aviation Ordnanceman Airman Apprentice Brian Grosso. The aircraft was traveling to the USS Ronald Reagan to deliver cargo as well as its passengers when it crashed. A total of 11 people were on the aircraft. 8 people were found in good condition, and officials searched for the missing sailors until calling it off on Friday. A Navy team is now working to investigate the cause of this mishap. Well, it is another cold morning as 124 apartment units in Norfolk still don't have gas for the holiday weekend. Hundreds of people living in the Royal Mesa apartments haven't had heat, hot water, and couldn't even cook since past Monday. 13 News Now reporter Megan Shen spoke with some of the residents as they're dealing with this situation.
We call it the Royal Mess.
People living at the Royal Mesa apartments have no heat, no warm water, and no way to cook food.
Thanksgiving is come and gone, and we're still in the same situation we were before Thanksgiving.
The building's been this way since Monday.
They're doing the best they can. And Megan, I am pretty tired of hearing it.
Grace and Richard have only one word for living in this condition.
Frustration.
It's all because of a gas leak.
We got the people out here right away.
Cox power crews have been at the apartment since Tuesday. Property managers say safety takes time.
So they're our family too, and we can't afford to have anything bad happen to them.
Maintenance crews are checking every room.
And then the little guy this morning, he said this should have been fixed years ago.
Most people living here have been through a rough week.
We just want something to be done that will help us some.
Come and give everybody some heaters or something. It's pretty cold at night.
Some people have lost their patience with us, as you can well understand.
Apartment management says the community has helped by donating meals and more.
A couple of hotels that offered discounts on rooms if people chose to go to a motel.
What?
No.
Grace says nobody told her about the hotel discount. Linnell here says it wouldn't have even mattered.
I don't have extra money to set aside for 2, 3, 4 nights in a hotel room. I can't afford it. That's my rent, basically.
Well, management says it's too early to tell when the gas will be fixed. In the meantime, we also call it the Best Western that management says is giving residents a discount. But get this, the hotel says they weren't even aware of it, but they will give a 10% discount until a supervisor gives them an update tomorrow. We're wishing them the best in that situation. Well, heads up, if you use streaming services like Netflix or Hulu, the next time you watch, you could be paying for it with higher taxes. Right now, unlike cable, Virginia does not charge any tax for streaming services, but a report by the Daily Press says Newport News and Hampton, along with other cities, want to add a 5% tax. They also want to slap the tax on prepaid phone plans like Straight Talk and Track Phone. The holiday shopping madness continues. Tomorrow is Cyber Monday, as you all know, a day when online retailers often release their biggest deals. According to Adobe Analytics, online purchases on Cyber Monday are expected to climb from last year's $3.4 billion to $6.6 billion, surpassing Black Friday sales. But beware, crooks are using the deals to trick unsuspecting shoppers. So what can you do? Listen up. First, shop from a secure connection. If you're not sure of the source of a Wi-Fi signal, don't use it. Also, only shop with trusted vendors and do your searching on their websites. Scammers often flood Google search results with spoof sites. And as always, if the deal seems too good to be true, it probably is. Well, here's a look at some of the spending numbers so far this weekend. According to e-commerce platform provider Shopify, at its peak, people placed 2,800 orders per minute online. That works out to be about $1 million spent every 60 seconds. Now, this is actually the first time shoppers placed more orders on mobile devices than computers. From last year's spending is already up more than 15% for the holiday shopping weekend. And remember, you can find more on the latest Cyber Monday deals and how to protect your purchases on our free 13 News Now app that is available on Apple and Android devices.